Hey everybody, this is Johnny Beane, and just like to remind everybody that this is also a podcast, so you can actually listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Amazon. I don't even know.
All of them.
I know there's a card. Oh, there it is. There's a card that actually says that. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell Siri to play the Johnny Bean podcast. So do it.
Come on, do it. Come on.
All right, we need an intro here. Let's do
Rock it.
Let's see.
Rock it.
Oh my gosh. I have a whole new system going on. I'm gonna have to tell you guys once we start.
How's that? That's good enough.
That actually was good enough. Hey everybody, welcome to the show, you guys. Johnny Bean, Jay Hannon.
Ow!
This is Talkin Van Halen. This is the show where we talk Van Halen. I mean, it says it in the title.
If it says it in the title, that means it has to be, right?
It has to be. It must be.
Here we are. It's called Talkin Van Halen. We're going to talk about Metallica for 2 hours, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
Wow. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Smash that thumb and have a great time. So as we are. And yeah, I'll explain what's going on. Basically, well, let's say hello first to our channel members, and then we'll get into it. Here on Johnny Bean TV, we have a channel membership program. Click the join button below. It's right there, right below the thumbs ups that are climbing as we speak. And if you'd like to become a channel member, just try it. Try it out. The top tier of channel memberships here on Johnny Bean TV are Dave Ennis, Mike Neese, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB and J Cat, Wayno, False Flag, Andy Carson, Michael B. See you Sunday, Michael. R. Habs, The Chad, Lenny Lou and Mary, James Gum, John Moronic, Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith.
The captain. The captain.
Yeah, there it is. It says so. AKA the captain, Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, and Steve Carmichael. Again,
I might get in trouble for that one.
Uh-oh. That's the top tier of channel membership here on Johnny Bean TV. So if you'd like to become a channel member, click that join button below. It's very easy. Very easy to do. And if you're not ready for that step of
if you're not ready for that commitment,
if you're not ready for it, you can still help support the channel with super chats. Every super chat that comes in will change the color of my lights behind me. This is the Guitar Noir. Those lights magically change. It's very cool. It's the latest in Guitar Noir technology. Is that even a thing? It is now. So if you'd like to help support the show, support the channel, there you go. There's a way you can do that. And actually, there's links down below in the description. And we're also live. We're live on YouTube, of course. I mean, this is really our home. But we're also live on Facebook, Johnny Bean TV Facebook page, where if you'd like to help support over there, we have what are called Facebook Stars, which are a digital gift that helps in the production of these shows. I think we're also live in the Van Halen. By the way, the second biggest Van Halen group on Facebook.
Let's make it the first.
We're aiming to make it the first. It's called Van Halen 1974 to 2020. And I was actually out today, and I was talking to somebody, and I told them about it, and they were very excited about it, and I think they joined as well.
Nice.
Because I'm wearing this Van Halen shirt, and they saw my shirt, and they're like, they actually asked me, they're like, "Is that a vintage shirt?" And I guess I could have said yes, but I said no, it's not.
Well, what's the point of saying yes if it's really not? I mean, there's really no point in lying about it, right?
Well, I don't lie. Let me just get that straight.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's, so anyway, now I'm like, no, somebody sent this to me. I run a huge Van Halen group on Facebook, and they first they passed out because they couldn't believe it. Once they got up, they're like, oh, that's amazing, So I added like 30 new people just like a few minutes ago. I'm not joking either. So yeah, we're looking to make this the biggest group on Facebook, Van Halen 1974 to 2020. So make sure you join the group. If you like Van Halen, that's where you want to be on Facebook. And if you like Van Halen,
is there anybody in the chat that doesn't like Van Halen right now?
I don't know. I hope not. What? I don't know. Either way, join the group. Join the group, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Man. So, hey, before we say hello to people in the chat, yeah, let me just say I'm having major computer problems. I got a brand new computer about 2 months ago, and about a month.
Hold on a second before that whole part right there. What you just started saying reminded me of Alex. Well, we had a toothache for about 11 years, and we finally went to the dentist. That's how the whole. Oh man. Go ahead.
That's
Johnny.
funny.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a brand new computer. Some of you know, and then basically a month after I had it, something went wrong, and then literally just yesterday, the whole thing is like it keeps restarting, like it won't stop. So it's unreliable. I can't use it for any of these shows until I get it fixed. And so anyway, so I'm using my laptop. I've got the microphone jerry-rigged into it somehow. I don't even know. So if this looks or sounds any different from usual, that's the reason why.
Am I doing this right?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure. I guess this is the new hot thing in video podcasting is to hang your microphone, microphone XLR cable on something, so it looks like a big Sharpie hanging there.
Look at this.
So you got three.
I've got 3 of them hanging here. Yeah.
Oh man, I got to catch up. I got to go in my XLR cable bin and just have them hanging from the fan, from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Back there, it'll be fine. And then I'll hang them from the fan, and I'll turn the fan on for the show, and it'll just be whipping around like crazy.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. So I don't have my regular setup anymore. I'm basically sitting here holding a pen and a sound machine. I don't have a keyboard. You
don't need.
I don't have anything. So
nobody wants to see you hit the keyboard.
So hey, we're doing. Hey, this is you just gotta roll with it, So who do we have? Can you see can you actually scroll up easily?
I can, but we need a question to get everybody to kind of chime in to see who's watching here. So
okay.
All right. How about this? Let's do Fair Warning or 1984. Let's do 2 Roth eras, because usually we put the 2 eras against each other. Let's do 2 Roth era records tonight. And just everybody comment in the chat, Fair Warning or 1984. Okay. And then we'll get
I'll play along.
Yeah. And then I got a couple things I pulled up for tonight's show we can kind of talk about. And also I want to bring up, I guess at FU-Tone, their guitars, Adam's new guitars are in stock.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could show a few of those, because there's 2 of them that I really like that I'm eyeing right now.
Mm-hmm. You got what? Yeah, it's okay. I got to make sure everything's okay.
I would tell you if it wasn't running right.
Okay, good. It's just I can't hear myself at all, and I just have no idea what I sound like, so I just have to make sure.
You still sound the same.
Okay, cool. Keith Campbell, hey, dude.
Keith, what's up, man? I got to send Keith a CD. I keep forgetting, dude. My bass player told me that you, I guess, messaged about getting a CD signed by me, Jeannie and Ellie. So
Hey, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. So I'll have to get that going for you. Maybe I'll have Killian scribble all over it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got to get him
Awesome.
one.
Keith Campbell, thank you so much. Keith says, been listening to 1984 a lot lately. That's great, man. You can't listen to that, enough, I think.
I think I give, I don't want to say the Roth era a little bit of criticism. Well, maybe I do. I give a lot of that catalog a little bit of criticism because, oh great, now I'm highlighted. Now I'm in trouble. Just because, except for Van Halen 1 and 1984, I feel like a lot of those albums are very short. 33 minutes, 34 minutes. And
Mm-hmm.
especially like Fair Warning, which is one of my favorite Van Halen albums, which usually a lot of guitar players it is, because it's very dark, heavy. A lot of those songs are very heavy riff oriented. But
Mm-hmm.
that album does kind of end with a little bit of a, I don't want to say a whimper. One Foot Out the Door to me is kind of like an unfinished song. Actually it came on my mix playlist today. And I felt, again, it felt the same way. I was like, man, they could have, they just went to the guitar solo, which is an awesome guitar solo, by the way. That's the one thing that song
Yeah.
has going for it. I mean, it's a cool
Amazing.
song, but it just feels like an unfinished song. They never go
Oh,
back.
because it fades out.
Yeah, it fades out. Like they go to the guitar solo, they do, the verse, chorus, and then it just goes into the solo, and then it fades out. They should have went back into the verse and then did the chorus again. And then they could have probably went out with another solo at the end or something. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just, so I feel Van
I
Halen 1 and 84, the bookends of the Roth era, the first Roth era, obviously.
the six
Those are
pack,
full on
as they
complete
call it.
albums, like front to back. They're just full records. You don't really feel, I don't want to say unfulfilled, because that's not really what the other albums do, but some of the other albums are kind of short, in a certain sense. So I don't know why I just brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
that's why you're here. We're talking Van Halen.
yeah. Look at this. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you brought up one foot out the door, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a great ending to the album. I think it, because with the fade out, it's just got that killer, killer um synth organ, whatever that is. Kind of like what I've got sitting right here. And I think with the fade out, with the solo, it makes you wanting more. And what it makes you want, what it makes you want to start the record over and go and put on repeat and go back to the slap,
The coolest intro ever recorded.
the Mean Street
Yeah.
intro. That actually, now that you bring that up, Fair Warning is one Van Halen album where you can just put on the whole thing on repeat and let it just loop. And it's just like an endless cycle of awesomeness.
Yeah. I mean, I get
You
it.
know?
To me, it's one of those things that for a while now, every time I hear that song, it's kind of like, I understand what you're saying about it leaves you wanting more, but at the same time, in my opinion, it just feels like an unfinished song, and that's how the album ends. But
Mhm.
again, and so who else is a Browns fan says, I love that guitar solo. Yeah, it's a killer solo, killer.
Killer.
But I'm just saying, as far as a song, and in my opinion, again, that's what I feel like, whether you like the Hagar songs or music as opposed to the, whatever, I feel like in general, though the Hagar era songwriting in general, I think is just top notch as far as structure and stuff like that in the
Mhm.
Hagar era. I think Eddie, and
Mhm.
obviously I think Sammy admittedly said that he kind of would kind of you know obviously not write any music, but kind of tell Eddie, like, hey, why don't we double this verse here, or double this chorus, or cut this and put another thing. He would kind of help Eddie structure, for to a certain extent, a lot of those songs, because Sammy, he was a great songwriter.
Sammy totally helped structure those songs. I mean,
Yeah.
you can really. Sorry, here we go. I'm looking at Facebook with my My phone. It's like, some regular person at work looking at Facebook. No, I'm looking at the show. Sherman Callahan, thank you so much for the stars, man. Sherman Callahan. What was that? What was I saying? John Biel. Oh man, see that I just got distracted by Facebook. That's its purpose.
That's the downfall
It just
of
happened.
society, getting distracted by social media.
I was on my own chat looking at the show, and I got sidetracked of whatever I was about to say to you.
I don't even know what I said to bring this to that.
Who are you?
Oh, the whole Sammy thing about helping.
Oh,
yeah, helping Eddie kind of structure a little bit.
Thank you. John Biel. Yeah, John Biel just reminded me. Yeah, you could tell Sammy. I mean, whatever singer Van Halen had, they really helped with the structures of those songs. I mean, it's. I mean, the singer was such a huge part of that band, and we got the camps of Roth, people, Sammy people, both, which is where I am, where I think we are.
Me too. Yep.
Even Gary, put Gary in there. But yeah, you can totally tell that whichever era, that vocalist really helped with the structuring those tunes. I mean, it's very, very obvious to me anyway. What do you think of the chat?
Oh wait, yeah, my chat's on that side. Sorry, I adjust my whole screen out here, but while everybody's answering that, let me just do a quick roll call, if you will.
Yeah.
So we got Amanda Coombs, Bozique, Browns fan. My Bears are playing your Browns this weekend. James Avdelis, Janice Lala, hi Janice. John Bolware, hey, what's up? Johnny Beane, Keith Campbell, Kurt 5150. Kurt, what's happening, my man?
Yo.
Mark Dylan. Metal in LA. I learned it from Mancuda.
There you go.
Metal in LA, I guess. It's not Metallinia or something. Mike Neese, Nightbot, Papa Blue, Thomas Santiago, Tim Thomas, Warren Graham Music, and 5150 Lover. Somebody else just joined. Where did it go? Leo Savco, Zach Thong, and people are still rolling in. I got the numbers are going up here. That's nice. Hobo Rody is here. Everybody else that is joining late.
Come on.
I mean, come on. Papa Blue, I don't know if I said your name already, but hello, everybody. Charlie S.
Look what it says right above Jay, above that phone number. Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Well, 8:05.
8:05. It's time to rock. However that lyric goes.
That's right. So
Sherman Callahan is here from Johnny Bean TV Facebook. Let me see if there's anybody else in there.
James Gum is here.
Sharon Wilddollar, there you are. I see you. Sharon Wilddollar, thank you so much for keeping the chat rolling on Johnny Bean TV Facebook page. Sharon Wilddollar. Thank you. Hey now. Right on, you guys. Right on. Yeah, so again, if you're brand new, my name is Johnny Bean. This is Jay Hannon. Fridays, 8 p.m.-ish Eastern, we talk Van Halen. I mean, the truth is probably every video I do on this channel talks about Van Halen, but this is the dedicated Van Halen night.
Yeah, we might dabble in a couple other things from time to time,
We might go to In-N-Out Burger or something,
Yeah.
Go to Taco Bell, maybe.
Ooh, Taco Bell.
Or not. I don't know.
R2R3 Locking Nut says, I am brand new here.
Oh, welcome.
Wait a
minute. Actually, that's a good question. Well, you already read some names in the chat. There's a good question. Let us know if you're new here. New-ish, or if you can remember. Here's a good one. We got 69. In the chat, type the year you first started watching this channel. That's a good one. If you can remember.
So mine would have been, was it 16? 2016 or 17? I think it was 2017.
I know mine because I was here first. There we go. There's mine. That's a good question. Jimmy Ka. Hey, man. That's actually a pretty good question. What year did you first discover the channel here? And that'll give me a good idea of you guys.
They're Nerd Halen. I don't see you. Hold on, participants. You're not in the list. He just texted me and said you didn't mention me. I don't see you. You're not in the participants. You must have split already.
Nerd Halen.
All right.
Oh man. Yeah. And actually, I'm getting text messages because there's a phone number right up there that says text us 415-952-3263. Somebody just sent me a text about their Frankenstein guitar. We'll get to some of that in a little bit.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've got an unboxing here. I got some mail in the mail.
Unpouching, it looks like.
And unpouching. I'm assuming I can open this on here because it's from a guitar store, it looks like. So we'll do that. And we've got some announcements of some upcoming shows as well, which stick around, don't go anywhere. And we'll announce those coming up.
Yep.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I like actually here's something we can kind of talk about for a few. Was it Guitar World? Guitar World or Guitar Player on Facebook, they asked a question a couple days ago. It was actually, I have it because people are like fighting with me about it. Let's see. That's what always happens.
The turncoats? Oh, sorry. No, you're talking about.
Where is it?
Something different.
It's got to be right here because, yeah, people are like asking.
Damn, Joke Riddler says he thinks back in 08 or 09 when he found out about your channel.
Oh, awesome, man.
Yep.
08 or 09. That would have been because of some of my Van Halen guitar lessons, maybe.
Wow.
09 is when I started doing that stuff, and they really got. That's really where a lot of people discovered this channel in Van Halen was from the guitar lessons. Because yeah, they even to this day, I can see the analytics of views on videos. I've got 2 videos from, what year is this? 21? I've got 2 videos from 11 years ago that still get 1,000 views a month. Every month. It gets 1,000 hits, like all the time.
1,000.
Thousands. So yeah, I can see people. I mean, still, see, that's the thing. You do, you do YouTube or you make videos. That stuff don't go away.
No.
And if you do something that people like, it really doesn't go well. It really it people discover you. All these years later, 10 years later, people are still, discovering this. Okay, I can't find the post. I mean, I've got. My Facebook is insane. I'm almost at 5,000 friends. I'm gonna have to start like deleting, But it was something like a question like best. Was it the best guitar solo? It was either best guitar solo ever or most important guitar solo ever. Which I don't know if that makes sense, but and that's a question we can ask the chat. But my answer to that was Michael Jackson's Beat It. And I didn't even mention Eddie at all. I just said the solo to Michael Jackson's Beat It was the most important guitar solo to popular music. That was my answer. And people...
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, well, some people are trying to argue with me about it. They're like, explain yourself. They're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, dude, if you were even I didn't look at, I don't look at people's profiles, but all I said was, dude, if you were around back then, you would understand, how massive that album was and what that guitar solo did for popular music,
Yeah.
merging, the rock or the heavy metal, which people thought
Yeah.
Van Halen fans knew Van Halen wasn't heavy metal, I think, but the press would label Van Halen as heavy metal, and they would be in the heavy metal magazines.
Oh yeah, and
You know,
even like in the BMG and the what was the other almost a Cannibal
the
Corpse.
the 10 tapes for a
Yeah,
penny.
BMG and what was
Columbia House.
Columbia House.
Yeah.
They would have like Motley Crue, Van Halen, and stuff in the heavy metal. Like you're right, the heavy metal section. And I think the extreme metal stuff wasn't out in the mid '80s yet. Obviously thrash metal was out, but nobody really knew that was very underground back then, and nobody really
Mhm.
knew about it. So if you were into like pop, like we say, anything that had that hard rock edge, people considered that heavy metal back then. But once
Yeah.
heavy metal in the late '80s, early '90s started to really, take over and get really popular into the mainstream, the hard rock stuff was then considered hard rock. And then there was the heavy metal, you know. So I get
Mhm.
it. My parents probably considered that stuff heavy metal back then. So
Mhm. Yeah. Uh yeah, but yeah, in the chat, what do you guys think? What's one of the most important guitar solos?
well,
And
there's
yeah, I
that
guess
obviously, man.
I mean that is
I
kind
mean,
of
you could
a
go back to the Beatles and stuff like that. Like somebody else would have to chime in on what solos from there. You obviously have the Stairway to Heavens and stuff like that. That solo. Um,
mhm.
uh, it's tough. And you're obviously going to pick one of your favorite bands because of what it did for you, or one of your favorite guitar
Well,
players.
and because of that, there's no wrong answer.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no wrong answer.
No, that's the thing with music, with whatever you like. There's no right or wrong.
I
I mean,
guess I guess how you could figure it out, which would be impossible, is okay. How many people did this influence to pick up the guitar? And then you can say how many people did it get into that style of music? Somebody might not really have been a fan of it, and then all of a sudden you hear those notes put together in that order. You're like, whoa, Chuck. So yeah, Dan Halen mentions Chuck Berry. Like you can think of like the guitar solo from Rock Around the Clock. That one you could think is one of the most important guitar solos.
mhm.
And there's Freebird, Hotel California. Yeah, there's literally an unlimited amount of solos that you could pick for that. So, but you're right, and think of the MTV era. Think of Michael Jackson's Thriller, which is the biggest, record of all time. And you guys were chatting about on Tuesday night. I guess the question came up like, what was who's what was it? Something about who did it help more, like Van Halen or Michael Jackson? But Eddie Van Halen being on Michael Jackson's record.
Right.
And the way I look at it is that record was going to be that record. Whether they had somebody else play that solo. I mean, obviously the song is more popular because it had the greatest guitar player of all time on it.
Yeah.
But I think it opened up Van Halen to that pop audience of every generation that was into Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's the last and final pop star that every single generation, from kids to grown adults to old people, liked Michael Jackson. And I think it helped Van Halen more than it helped Michael Jackson. That's my opinion, by
Mhm.
having Eddie Van Halen on that record.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I
See,
mean, well, I
sorry, go
mean,
ahead.
yeah, I mean, because Michael Jackson was the biggest pop star at the time.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean, he still kind of is. I mean, he probably always will be.
Yeah.
Like the biggest pop star. Eddie. Will be the biggest guitar hero out there.
Mhm.
I think. But yeah, having those two together, I mean, it's just incredible. But yeah, as far as who helped, um, yeah. But you could argue both ways. How the Michael Jackson fans discovered Van Halen. They're like, oh, who's this on guitar? And then whatever album. Well, when did that come out? 82?
Yeah, well, the album came out in 82, yeah.
82. I don't know if Diver Down was out before or after that. Jean
Well,
Biel.
Thriller really exploded, obviously with Billie Jean and then Thriller and, it so
It took like it was out there for like 2 years.
well, I guess, yeah, it came out in 82, but yeah, 83 is when it really, really kaboom
Yeah.
exploded.
83, 84.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because was it the 84 album? Did somebody say that album didn't go to number one because of Michael Jackson?
Supposedly, yeah, when Michael Jackson Thriller was at number, because
See,
Michael Jackson Thriller was at number 1 for a long time.
that's 2 years later
Yeah, but we'd have to go
for it.
back and look at, like, the whole Billboard thing of when, because I don't think Thriller instantly went to number 1. I don't know if it did again. I was 5 years old when it came out, so what the hell do I know? You know? But, I mean, we
Hey,
got
I was 4 and I had it.
we got some people disagreeing, and that's fine, everything's subjective or whatever, but, let's see, Keith Campbell says that it helped Michael Jackson more. Um, let's
I don't.
see,
I
Josh
don't
Randall
know.
disagrees with me. Then then Keith Campbell said EVH got more exposure from one genre. So wait a second, is he agreeing with me then? 'Cause that's what I'm saying. Like, people that weren't listening to hard rock heard that solo and they probably went out like, "Who's this? Look at this. This is pretty cool."
So
Where
that's why I'm thinking. I'm thinking Edward playing on Beat It on Thriller to bring over those pop, fans, for that next album, whether it was Diver Down. I mean, what sucks is the computer where I would look all this, where I would be John Biel.
what do you
That's
want
my
me to
main,
look up? The release dates?
the release date of like Diver Down. What's
All right.
Diver Down compared to Thriller? Which one came out first? That's what I'm trying to figure out because I
All
would
right,
think.
Diver Down was April 14th, 1982.
All right, so that's very early.
So somebody write that in the chat. April 14th, 1982. I'm going to put Thriller
What's in April? That's
release date.
is that a 4? Yeah, 4.
Thriller was November 30th of 82.
That's the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so Diver Down was out first.
Yep.
Okay, so my thinking, if this makes any kind of sense, smash that thumb if it does or doesn't.
Damn, 70 million copies worldwide.
I think Eddie playing on Thriller really helped 1984, the album. Even though that album didn't go to number 1 because of Thriller, if that is the case, which I remember somebody saying that, but I think bringing, all those fans over and hearing something like Jump, something that's not the quote unquote heavy metal,
Yeah.
Has the keyboards, Jump, kind of, if you think about it, it kind of fits along with Thriller, with that type of genre.
Yep, it's
The
a song that every genre can hear it, and it's not going to be like
dance music.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like it or not.
All right.
So anyway.
So all right, so Thriller came out November 30th, 82, and it did not hit number 1 until February 26th of 83. So
November,
let's
December.
see, the first single
Was that 3 months?
Yeah, so yeah, yep. Billie Jean came out. Damn, that single hit number 1 for 9 weeks.
It was forever.
Yeah, when did that? Okay, so here we go. So Billie Jean came out March 10th, 83. So it went number 1 right before Billie Jean came out. Beat It was March 31st. What? The Billie Jean music video debuted on March 10th on MTV. The Beat It video World premiere during prime time on March 31st, 83. Holy crap. So within 20 days, they had 2 videos. And then Thriller, December 2nd, 1983. Bam. That's insane that he had 2 videos premiere within 20 days of each other.
I can understand it because they people wanted more of it.
Yep.
I mean that was just, it was so huge, and but whatever the argument is, or whatever we're talking about, I can see Van Halen helping out Michael Jackson.
Oh wait,
And
all right. I don't mean to cut you off again, but Billie Jean, the music single, was released January 2nd, 83. Beat It was February 14th, 83. Want to Be Starting Something, May 8th, 83. Human Nature, July 3rd, 83. Pretty Young Thing, September 19th, 83. Thriller, November 2nd, 1983. 7, and I believe every single one went to number 1. 7 number 1 singles from a record that has how many songs on it? 11? 12? How many? Track listing. 9 songs, and 7 of them.
7 out of 9 number ones.
Holy crap. Yeah, 9 songs, 42 minutes and 16 seconds. 9 songs, and you had 7 singles, 7 number 1 That's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Man.
that's amazing. That's amazing. So that's what I'm that kind of supports what I'm trying to say. Is I think Eddie playing on that album and bringing over that crowd when the next Van Halen album, when 84 came out, I think him playing on Thriller helped 84 bringing that whole audience over for that.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. It's just amazing, you know. I mean, I remember that, you know, so Thriller, so that came out 83. So I was 5. I remember, and when I look back at this, I can't believe it. I used to put on my Spider-Man pajamas. Remember when you were a kid, you had the pajamas with the feet, the foot, the slippery feet on the bottom of them?
Yeah.
Remember those? And I remember our kitchen was linoleum, and I just used to you know. So I used to put on this dance routine to the whole Thriller song when it came out. And I look back at that and I'm like, I can't believe I used to dance to this. Like, that's not me at all. My mom used to call the neighbors to come over and I'd dance. I'm like, but that's what that album and Michael Jackson at that time did. You know, it really transcended, you know, everything, transcended music, transcended pop culture, everything. It was Michael Jackson. That was it.
Thriller transcended, that is the word, everybody. I think no matter who you were, and you know, is Robot in here? Robot Master Switch? Robot, did you have Thriller back in the day? Because I know you're really into punk. I would think everybody had that album. No matter who you were. You know, the heavy metal dudes had it because of Eddie, because of the solo.
Yep.
You know? And then the pop, and then just I had it. I remember listening to it all the time. And that's not even where I got into Van Halen. I liked the solo. I didn't know who played it, but I had it. And actually, that could probably be my answer from now on. When somebody asks me when I first heard Van Halen, I would say from the solo from Beat It, because that has to be where it was. Where I first heard, you know, and then of course I didn't get into them until after, you know, the Back to the Future and that cassette and that riff and all that.
Halface says Van Halen already had a diamond album. It's not like either artist came from obscurity, but that's why Quincy wanted Eddie on that album, is because he was the most popular guitar player on the planet at that time, and forevermore, obviously. But you know,
yeah. Back then though, he was definitely Robot Master Switch. There you are, man.
And the beauty about Thriller is, a lot of those songs on that album, you think of Beat It, and especially Beat It. It has that rock formula to it, you know? The chord changes, the chord progressions, it's like it's a
Mhm.
rock song, Beat It. It really is, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, try to
Definitely.
dial in that guitar tone on Beat It. Impossible. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite that is one of my favorite solos, one of my favorite tones.
Yeah.
I was saying this was I saying this to Alan yesterday? By the way, if you didn't catch it, catch the show I did with Alan Garber. It should be in the chat in there, or just type exclamation point Alan in Nightbot. We'll pop it out. Uh, was I talking to him? I was saying that if you ever heard the isolated track of the guitar solo, you can hear it's pieced together.
Mhm.
You can hear all the cuts of the slices of it.
Yeah, I know the story is that was the second take, you know,
Hmm.
but again,
Hmm. And Eddie does this harmonic. You all know it. I don't know how to explain it, but there's this one certain harmonic he does, this bend. It's just like,
mhm.
you know, and it's just like it's the coolest thing I'd ever heard. Like that, to me, the two coolest Van Halen, well, not riffs or tones or sounds. To me, like the first stuff I ever heard was that harmonic in the Beat It solo, and then the flanger on Unchained.
Oh yeah,
On
that
the
that
dun
that
dun
was
dun dun, that flanger on that. Those
yeah.
2 sounds are what I was like, "Oh, I gotta play guitar. I gotta figure out how to do this."
And I think part of the reason maybe, and this is obviously just me thinking about it, the reason why the Beat It solo might be a lot of Van Halen fans' favorite Eddie Van Halen solos
Mhm.
is because it in that song, it sticks out not like a sore thumb. That's a terrible phrase or whatever, but it's definitely like, you know, obviously it's a great song, but then Eddie's guitar comes in and it's like, oh, it's not a Van Halen song with Eddie's solo in it, with his guitars going the whole
Mhm.
time. And then it's a different person's song. And then Eddie's guitar sound just comes in and it's like, oh, whoa. You know what I mean? It really helps that song, take off and get to that next level. I
Yeah.
think that might be part of the reason why, not that it isn't a great solo, because it is. It is one of the cooler solos that he's ever done.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm arguing with people on Guitar World Magazine because of it, saying, "Hey, this to me, this is one of the most important guitar solos ever."
Yeah. And it's him playing over somebody else's song.
Mhm.
And that's also something very cool as well. Because
Mhm.
I think, from kind of personal experience, not that I've played on that many not other people's music, but you do kind of tend to think a little outside of the box when you're not writing something to what you've written, you know? Like the style's a little
When you're
different and stuff like that. So maybe that's why there's a little extra zing in there.
when you're playing over something that you're unfamiliar with.
Unfamiliar and just something that you wouldn't have maybe written that in that way. And you kind of
Mhm.
like, okay, well, okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe I could do something here. You think a little differently when you're writing something like that.
I think Eddie said one time, I think he said that he actually rearranged the
Yeah.
track
Yeah.
where
Rearrange the tune. Yeah.
he was supposed to solo over the main riff,
Hmm.
I think. Either the main riff or the dun dun dun
Yeah. Maybe it
dun
was
dun
just
dun. It
yeah,
was
just the
one of
single.
those
Didn't, 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 didn't,
he was supposed to solo
didn't.
over,
Just that, I
and then
think, right?
and then he rearranged it to where he soloed over the change.
Hmm.
Dun 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 dun,
Yep.
which really, I mean, it's classic.
Yeah. I mean, soloing over chord progressions is it's a lot more fun than just soloing over the same chord, for 16 bars. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I can't really move this thing around too much here, And if I do, everything underneath is kind of staying still. And it's like, you know,
Mhm. And you can totally hear the energy of him in the studio, recording over that track. You can totally hear just the excitement and I would say the nervousness. You can really hear that in the playing and the sound. I mean, just everything about it. And I think that's I mean, that's what makes a great. That's really what makes something, music great is having feeling, energy, nervousness, whatever it is,
Yep.
all wrapped up. I'm sure it was probably everything. It's like, wow, I'm working with Quincy Jones, because of course he knew who Quincy Jones was. I mean,
Oh yeah.
he was a legend going back to Sinatra to, all this stuff when Eddie was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Eddie said in that one interview thing about how that came about is like Quincy called him and Eddie didn't even believe it was him, you know,
Yeah,
and he hung up
yeah.
on him. Eddie. Oh, well, see, Kurt 5150 said Steve Porcaro was an amazing drummer. Said he had to
Mhm.
redo the rhythm track without a click because Eddie cut up the original tape. Is that true? Oh my god, could you imagine Quincy? That son of a bitch cut the Oh man. Well, there's a good question here, Johnny. You might know this. Can't Drive 55 says who played the solo for Beat It on tour before
Uh,
Jennifer Batten? Who would that have
on
been on the
before
Thriller tour playing that?
before Jennifer Bouton. Uh, well, Eddie performed with the Jacksons. What tour was that? The Victory tour though? In
No, that
80.
was on the he came out that one show.
Well, yeah, I think that's the Victory tour in '84. That wasn't the Thriller tour.
Oh, okay.
That was later. That
When
was
Eddie started the solo, or what a bar early or something.
which I think is cool. To see that's so awesome, man.
Oh
I
man,
love that stuff.
it's hard
I
to even
love it.
watch because Mike, you could see Michael. He's like, oh no, he's trying to play it off. Eddie, 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 and Eddie just starts it. It's like, oh no, what's
Oh,
going
I
on?
love it. Dude, that live version of that with Eddie playing that, and then Eddie going into the verse of Unchained early for the Oakland show. Those two, to me, those two parts or those two instances are just incredible. I
Well, the
love that
funny
stuff.
the funny thing about Eddie going into the verse early in Unchained, you could see Michael Anthony look over like thinking, am I playing it wrong? Like, uh-oh, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah. It was the Victory tour in Dallas. That's where Eddie got up on stage with them. Van Halen was playing in town 3 nights on the '84 tour. Who was that saying that?
Get your bite.
Get your bite. Hey, welcome, man.
Yeah, Gary Bucknoff, and I know it's G. Butchnoff, but he says I don't think Eddie could hear on stage, so he got yeah, and especially with Michael yelling, Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. He's probably thinking, oh, I guess I have to start now. Eddie probably couldn't hear anything.
Something was going on because if you watch that footage when they first start, Eddie he's like playing with his cable.
So maybe
He's like trying to get their attention, like his cable, like the guitar isn't on or something. If you watch like at the beginning of the song, I think that was a stadium, so I think it was so loud. It must have been just insanity up there on that stage. And you got what? The Jacksons.
Yeah, there's 30 people up there on stage.
So since Eddie didn't he only played that one night or whatever, I think it would have been one of the other Jackson guitar, one of the other brothers that would have played that solo. I would have thought. And
yeah,
then
there's got to be some footage out there. Of somebody else playing that. I mean, obviously
back then, maybe that'd be something good to find.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yep.
It's possible. And then of course later on, Jennifer Batten did the solo.
Randy Price's comment, where is it?
Randy Price.
I don't see it.
Hey, Cameron Brown. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
I met
Cameron
Jennifer
Brown. Cameron Brown messaging me last night. Send me a YouTube link, and I was like, he's like, hey, check this out. I'm learning. I'm working on some of these techniques right now, and it's really helping. Blah blah blah. So I thought it was like an instructional video of something, it's like, okay, I'll check it out tomorrow. So I click on the link today, and it's the Paul Gilbert solo in Japan from 1991. And I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, I'm gonna be able to bust this out. Get out of here, Cameron. It's not like he's up there playing it slow and then speeding everything up. No, everything is just booking. I don't see Randy Price's comment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see
I was
it?
gonna say, I can't. I can barely see anything. My laptop's way too far away. I was gonna say real quickly though. I met Jennifer Batten at an was it Ibanez at an Ibanez guitar clinic
Mhm.
back in 19. I want to say 90,
Okay, so you were like
89 or
5. Okay.
89 or 90. I met her, and I've got her autograph and everything. And I remember when I told her my name, it was so loud in there she couldn't hear me. So I'm like, she's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Johnny Beane," and I remember her being like, "What?" And then writing just Johnny B. So
Well,
that's what I
usually
have.
when somebody asks what your name is, they're not expecting your full name like
Mhm.
that. She was probably like, "What? Johnny B-" Johnny. Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
No, yeah, it was so loud, because those places, they just blast, those rock clubs, music just blasting out of speakers everywhere.
I see the comment. He's talking about going back to the cutting the tape. Randy Price says,
Mhm.
per Steve Lukather. Oh, with that interview where he talks about Eddie doing the solo, he said Eddie and Don cut the master tape, and Lukather and Picaro had to fix it. Oh my god, man! They were probably like, "Son of a bitch," you know. It's so funny.
Wow. I would love to hear more of that stuff. I remember when Thriller there was a special edition of Thriller that came out on iTunes.
Mhm.
What, 10, 12, 13, 14 years, 15, whatever it was, long time ago. And I bought it on iTunes, and it has
The
it
Vincent
ha-
Price reading of the
it has that. Yeah, it
Yep.
has like extra stuff on it.
Quincy
I don't
Jones interviews.
Yeah, I think there's little interviews and stuff. There's
Mhm.
actually demo versions. There might be a demo of Beat It, maybe. Maybe. I gotta check on something. I just heard some noise. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
We had 3 deer in our yard this morning. I woke up to deer walking around, and I had
Oh, so Keith Campbell said only Ed could get away with that, and Quincy will never release the other solo tracked by Ed. Yeah, because I thought there was two full solos that he did, and I'm assuming Quincy picked one of them, or which one he liked better. Maybe I don't know. What else we got in this chat going on? Metal in LA says Jennifer Batten was a great player. Is still. I remember her coming to through GIT days in the 80s, learning shred licks. Hell yeah. And Cameron said he's going to film some licks and send them to me. Thank you. But having some hand pain lately. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Really?
Yeah. It started a couple years ago. It's like
Mhm.
right in the middle. But if I squeeze it or do anything, it doesn't hurt. But when I use it in certain ways, like if I press my thumb and like my hand and I bend it in a certain way, like right in the middle in here, it's something. I don't know if it's a ligament or a muscle,
Hmm.
but it'll hurt and then it'll go away. But the last 3 days, it's like it's getting worse. And I'm like, what is happening with my hand?
Is it, do you have, like, cold weather there? Is it raining or
I mean, it rained, but like it's not today. It didn't rain at all. It still hurts. Like I'm just starting to worry that like it's going to start affecting. Like if I squeeze the neck like that with my
Mhm.
thumb in the back, like I feel it, and I'm just afraid it's going to start getting worse. I'm not going to be able to like
Mhm.
play.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Go to a chiropractor.
I'm gonna have to go to somebody. Oh no, don't use it for 6 months. You know,
Use your other hand.
that's what she said. Robot Master Switch. Did you guys answer Janice Lala's question from the other night?
Oh, she had a question for that's. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, Janice had a question for you. We were live last night. Robot Master Switch, Mickey Settlemeyer, and I were live for a couple hours on my second channel. We had them going through the Discord chat. Yeah, if you go over, go over to my other channel, you can watch it. Yeah, Janice was in there, and she had a question for you. What was it, Robot? It was something about if you have a 7-string guitar, why isn't the low B string tuned to F? I think that was the question.
Well,
Hey, Steve Carmichael.
think of a 6-string guitar, right? It goes, the high 2 strings are B, E.
Yeah.
So if you start it over, it would be B,
Yeah.
and then E.
Yeah.
I guess that's why. I mean, if you can still play power chords and stuff. I don't have a 7-string out right now, which is weird.
That's exactly what I told her.
Yeah.
I got my guitar out and I said the same thing. You can chord.
Yeah, you can still play chords on a 7-string normally.
It's just repeating.
Yeah, it just repeats the whole thing. But I thought an 8-string would be the same thing, but it's not because of the way they tune, It's not a I guess
So an
'cause I was
8-string is
thinking,
even
okay, if
different?
it's an 8-string, then that should be a G, but it's actually, I think that's where it gets to be. What is it? I always forget what an 8-string, the low string is. It an F or F sharp or something? Or a G or what is, no, it's not a G. G sharp? What
I
is
think
it?
Robot has it. The 8th string of an 8th string.
F sharp. That's, yeah.
Is F sharp.
And I guess that's so you can still play the chords, even though if you try to play a power chord with that low string on a 8-string, it just sounds like friggin' mud. That's why I'm not really into the whole 8-string thing, because you got to literally do single notes on that low string. And to me, it just, you end up kind of playing, you start writing everything. It sounds like my sugar riffs, all that stuff. So I don't know.
That sounds interesting to me. I'd be interested in trying an 8-string.
Well, one of the problems to me is that, I kind of like the wider neck on a 7-string. But once I only held an 8-string for literally 5 minutes one time. And it felt like a goddamn goalie pad, like, the goalie leg pad. It was so wide. And I was literally clueless on what to do with it. I was like, how do you even start playing on this thing? And you'd think that me going back and forth, playing 7 strings predominantly for the past 20 something years, that it would be no big deal.
Yeah.
Like going, okay, I can play 6, I can play 7, no problem. Used to 7. So going to 8, obviously it might feel a little weird at first, but it wouldn't be anything crazy. Well, it was. I was like literally had no idea where to even start. All right, somebody's telling me it's probably tendinitis. So what can I take? Like MSM. I take the chondroitin stuff because I have like Achilles tendinitis. But obviously this is still a problem. So maybe I'm hoping it's not something where I need where it ends up really affecting playing. But,
yeah, go to a chiropractor.
Yeah. Because I drive with my left hand. And sometimes if I'm, I guess, holding the steering wheel a certain way or squeezing, tune in Tokyo, it kind of, especially when I'm driving, it kind of hurts. So I just won't drive anymore. That's all. Play guitar or drive. Ellie, you're going to have to find a way to school. I'm sorry. You're going to have to find a different way. Just stand at the edge of the driveway. Somebody will pick you up, right?
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I've had times where my hands hurt, where they just like ache and stuff. And this is sometimes if it gets cold, that happens, I guess. But what I used to do was I would soak them in like that paraffin wax. Or whatever.
while you're wiring up a pickup.
It's the
Hey, Eddie
same
uses
stuff.
for his push-ups. Got to be good for your hand.
It's the same stuff. You put your hands in it, and it just totally just like dries on your hands.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe try that.
Mhm.
Hey, Boner.
Hey, Boner.
Evening, everyone. Jay, that baby blue gives me the feels. Damn. Oh, where? Damn. You sexy. Speaking of sexy, Metal Wednesday. Is that this week?
The 29th, man. And I got to show you guys something.
Oh,
So
and that
Josh,
reminds me of something else.
yeah, so Josh Wilbur, Grammy Award winner, two-time Grammy Award winner, will be joining us. And there's a possibility that he's going to be at the Genelec Immersive Experience Center, which has, and this is Josh in the studio today. So he might be doing the show from that studio.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me get a big
A big this?
yeah. Look at that. So he might be doing the show from there. So he's like, we were texting yesterday. He's like, I can either do it from the Genelec studio or from the hotel, because he's on the East Coast right now, or from the hotel. I'm like, do it from the studio, don't do it from the hotel room. Come on. Yeah, bring the black light into the hotel room.
Man, that's
I'm
cool.
seeing all the tips, everybody, to give it a shot. I'll definitely try some of that stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's this Wednesday then, you're
The
saying.
29th, yes.
So Wednesday the 29th at
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Eastern, yes.
9 Eastern.
Yep.
So what is that? 6?
Yep, 6 your time.
6 o'clock. Okay, I should write this stuff down. Remind me.
Yeah.
I got to make a thumbnail for this. Okay, remind me. Okay, so 6 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. And I'll get you a picture
Metal
of Josh
Wednesday.
that we can use for the card or the promo thing,
Okay. Okay. So this Wednesday, it sounds like John Bean TV, there's going to be 2 shows. No, there's going to be 3.
What? Oh, yeah, you got the 3 p.m.
Okay. So at 3 p.m. Eastern, that's this Wednesday, right? Yeah. 29th. Yeah. This Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern on Instagram. Brad Tolinsky and Chris Gill will be back. They'll be with me. We'll be over on EVH Gear Live on Instagram talking about their new book, Eruption: Conversations with Eddie Van Halen. So again, that's this Wednesday, the 29th, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. So we'll be doing a show on my my Van Halen Instagram at EVH Gear Live. Make sure to give me a follow. So we'll be doing that show, and then we might be doing a second show over on Amazon as well, which would be over here. So if you follow me on Amazon, just look up Johnny Beane on Amazon, or if anybody can put exclamation point shop in the chat here, I think I can type. There we go. Go to that link. That'll take you to my Amazon page this Wednesday, somewhere around, I would say after the Instagram live, we would hop over after the Instagram, we'll hop over to Amazon and do a show over there talking about the book. Yep. As well. So go to johnnybean.shop, follow me on Amazon. Now you can tell that's me because I got the blue tick. Because there's so many Johnny Beans out there nowadays. When I first started the internet, I was the only one. Now everybody wants to be one,
Johnny the trendsetter.
Well, yeah. So yeah, 3 shows this Wednesday.
A action-packed, fun-filled day.
Yeah. And it's Wolfgang Wednesday. Everything, man. Incredible.
Well, let's continue with the Van Halen fun here. Real quick, I gotta
Of course.
read a text from Caleb. Hold on one second. So he's saying that Greg Wright played lead guitar on the '84 Victory Tour, and he actually soloed after Eddie for twice as long in an obvious attempt to upstage the King. Watch the tape.
On that video?
I guess it is from that video.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no upstaging. Ain't no upstaging.
No. Ah, why would he try to upstage him?
Well, maybe he was pissed. He's like, yo, I play this solo every night. Now you're going to have him come in?
It was a jam.
On the album, you know.
It was a jam.
Yeah. Can I send this to you? Or you can't do any screen sharing right now, can you?
Maybe.
You want me to do a screen share?
I guess.
Okay.
Can try it.
Let's see. Share screen. Window Chrome tab. Let's see this one right here. I don't want to share the tab audio. All right, here we go. Does that look okay?
Yeah, I got it. Hang on.
There we go. Okay. So it's the top 10 songs Van Halen never played live.
Oh, wow. Oh, and that's really tiny.
Is it?
Yeah, I usually pinch and zoom when I go to
hold
pages.
on, let me try to do this. How do we do this here?
Just be careful.
There we go. Does this work?
Yeah, it's cool.
Did that work when I zoomed in?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
No.
yeah, it's yes or no.
I don't think so.
Did it get bigger?
No.
All right. Well, that's not going to work then. I zoomed in on my end, but so obviously Beluchitherium, you know, instrumental track.
Mm-hmm. So what is it again? Top 10 Van Halen songs?
Top 10 Van Halen songs never played live.
Never played live.
Yep. So Beluchitherium, instrumental. You know, you can understand why. A lot of guitars in that song, even though there's no guitar solo, which is kind of cool. You have an instrumental with no technically guitar solo.
Mm-hmm.
Push Comes to Shove from Fair Warning. That's a great song on that album.
Mm-hmm.
You
like
and
we
Your
were saying
Blues.
earlier. Oh, I love that one.
Yep. It's a good one.
I love that tune.
Feels So Good. Now this one, I mean, this has been a skip for me for years.
Oh my God.
But I'd say over the past year or so, you know, it's kind of, you know, I know the lyrics are kind of whatever, but the bridge and the solo in that song are killer.
I love the solo.
I just think if Eddie would have used maybe a different keyboard sound, maybe it would have gone over a little better, you know, but it definitely had that like pop sound to it. Maybe that's why, you know, and maybe obviously Hagar's lyrics for that one are a little corny, but again, I think the song is kind of cool, you know, and especially nowadays, I kind of liked it.
I love that song. I love that song. And I remember there was somebody that did in our Saturday Night Live chat on Facebook, I sent you guys, somebody recreated the patch for that keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Keyboard. And they also did a cover of Right Now with that patch. Do you remember that?
Really?
Yeah. They're playing Right Now, but with the Feel So Good sound.
Oh, see, I want to hear Feel So Good with like the when it's whatchamacallit.
Jump?
Either the When It's Love or whatchamacallit. Like the 5150 keyboard sound. That's how I want to hear Feel So Good. You know?
Oh, like the Why Can't This Be Love sound?
Yeah, with that keyboard sound instead of so
that'd be interesting.
Out of these top three, right? Obviously the one that is the glaring missing one is the single. Like Feel So Good was a single. They had a music video for it. So usually
I saw I saw it the day it premiered.
Yeah, so usually when a band has a single come out for a record with a music video, they usually play that one live. But,
Mhm.
Inside now, obviously that's not, you know, they're not going to play that one live.
Mhm.
Um, as is another great tune from Different Kind of Truth.
Right. Yeah. They didn't play that one.
Yep. Oh, but this says the Van Halen family seemed into the idea of trying this one live. Eddie, Alex, Wolfgang were filmed playing the song at a sound check in 2012.
Hmm.
Oh, so here we go. With the guitarist telling the lucky witnesses, if Dave decides to sing it, at least we'll be prepared. So it was Roth who I guess didn't want to play that one live.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Could this be magic? Another one where you can understand why they wouldn't play that one live.
Hmm.
You can totally understand that. Out of Space. They're picking a lot off of Different Kind of Truth.
Mhm. Oh, because they only played a handful of tunes from that one on that tour, and then
Top Jimmy, which is a lot of people's favorite, one of the favorites from that album.
Mhm. I can understand some of these. I can see why they wouldn't play them, because
Mhm.
not every song works well live when you're playing in front of people. And like,
Dude, I was gonna say the same thing. There's a lot of songs from bands that are great on albums, but some songs, like you just said, dude, don't
yeah,
work live. It
or
has to have, yeah, some songs have to have the perfect tempo when played live.
yeah, some songs they could just drag, and I
Mhm.
could see some of these just dragging,
Yeah.
and not because they're drags, because they're not, but no, it's like,
Some songs just don't
yeah,
translate well live, yeah.
let's say a recording. There can be a certain recording where it just sounds great. It's awesome. It sounds amazing. But when you try to play it live, it just doesn't have that feel, or that whatever that spark was that was
Mhm.
on the record.
Yeah,
And
Scott Ian from Anthrax talks about that on one of the interviews, about how that's one of the biggest things about playing songs from either a new album that you just put out and you're going on tour to play some of those songs, or
mhm,
some of the songs from your back catalog that you've never played live. You got to figure out, and very quickly, what songs don't work live. And some of them just don't. They could be fan favorites from a record and you're like, "Man, I didn't play that song." But hey, maybe that one just doesn't work live.
and there's eh, if a band doesn't play a certain song live, there's a reason. And you requesting that, you know, it won't always change it.
Yeah. Now here we go, Johnny. Number 1. Well, wasn't I just talking about this song?
Which
One Foot
one?
Out the Door off of Fair Warning.
Oh. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, like I kind of mentioned before, in my opinion, it's one of those Van Halen songs that really, in my opinion, like I said, doesn't feel finished. It doesn't feel like a complete
Mhm.
song. But again, that solo, the ending solo is awesome. So,
Oh, it's great.
yep. Oh, the best song from every Van Halen album. Have you done this one before?
I saw that. I don't know if we went over that, but I noticed it because I think the guitar he's playing is one of those backup Kramers. If you scroll all the way to the top, that picture of him and Sammy, I don't think it's the 5150. So, which means they could be playing either good enough, or
Gotta be their hair. How early in the set did they play good enough?
I don't remember.
Because
W.
their hair is kind of dry, so it's got to be kind of early in the set.
Is it the 5150? I can't tell.
I don't.
I'm thinking it's not because I'm thinking I saw that, and I remember noticing that was a different guitar.
That doesn't look like it. No, no, there's no way that's it. That's the 5150.
It is?
No, I said there's no way it is.
There's no way it is?
I don't think it is. That looks too clean, and the fretboard is kind of.
Actually, he played the 84 on Good Enough, so it would have been possibly Dreams. He's possibly doing the solo for Dreams there.
Okay.
Possibly. Or maybe he broke a string somewhere and is playing just a backup,
Good point.
you know. Anyway.
Wow. What a nerd.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Man.
Right. Should
So
I
let's
keep going? Should I keep going with this, or should we get on to something else?
Sure. Yeah, keep going, and then we'll get to Leo because Leo Staffco has a comment
Well, let's get to his comment, and then we'll go to
or
the.
a question.
Yeah.
Leo says that Leo, thank you so much. Thank you. He says, thinking of adding an EVH Shark to my ever-growing arsenal of gear. Do either of you own one, or have you ever played one? I know it's a hardtail. Is it option or is that opinion? Any opinion on
Any opinion? Yeah.
on them would be greatly appreciated. What do you think, Jay Hannon?
I've never played one, but from your perspective and everybody that's played the ones at NAMM, I guess, or the one at NAMM when the year it came out, said it felt great, but I've never played one, so I can't answer that.
Mm-hmm. I played one at NAMM. That's the only time I've ever seen one. I've never seen one since. You don't see them at guitar centers. I guess you have to order them.
Mm-hmm.
The one I played, I mean, it felt great. I remember it was, I think it was made in Mexico.
Yeah.
It felt great, sounded great. I mean, the EVH Stripe series, I mean, I say this, it seems like I say this every day. I mean, they're just incredible guitars, and every one is better than the last. They top themselves every time when they release a new one.
Well, I thought somebody done told me that out of all of the EVH guitars, and obviously I don't think they're including the USA Wolfgangs and stuff like that, or the Ernie Ball, but I guess out of all of between the specials and I guess all of the Stripe series ones that have come out, the Mexican made ones, that the Shark was the best sounding one. I heard that from somebody, and I forget who it was, but they were very, very adamant about that, saying that the Shark, out of all of the, I guess, Mexican-made Van Halen guitars, that it was easily the best sounding one. So maybe it's just the one he played, because obviously every guitar is going to be different. You order two of the exact same guitar, and you play them, there's going to be a little bit, a feel difference a little bit, even though they're the exact same guitar.
Yeah.
Resonance, tone, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a dud. Caleb's saying it's either the 918V or another backup, but it's not the 84.
Yeah.
And I trust Caleb on that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a backup. Huh. Well, I could see the Shark. I mean, because it's a bigger body.
Yeah, more wood.
There's more wood there, and even though, back in the day, I guess Eddie took the chunk out of it and didn't like the way it sounded, but when EVH recreated it for the Stripe series, it sounds great.
Yeah. But so Leo, what other Eddie Van Halen guitars do you have? I mean, is that the one you're missing, or are you kind of just choosing between that one and maybe the Frankie or the 5150? Because I think that you could weigh in on that too. Like, okay, well, if you don't have the Frankie, I'd get the Frankie. But again, I like the Frankie more than the Shark as far as my, opinion on Eddie's guitars. So. Yeah, there's Joke Riddler. I bought an EVH Shark and love it. I was hesitant because I don't really like hardtails, but I love this one. And yes, To me, the Shark sounds the best out of all my other EVH guitars. So there's somebody else saying it.
Wow, man.
So
Very cool, dude.
dude, order it. And if you don't like it, do what I do. Send it back. Send it back. All right, so he has the Frankenstrat, the Bumble, and Frankie. Still haven't played a Wolfgang, believe it or not. So he's saying he has the white and black, the Bumblebee, and then the red, white, and black. Jared Frost loves his Shark. There you go. Maybe he was the one. Maybe he was the one that said it sounded the best out of all of them. Maybe that was Jared. Might have been. Might have been him.
Wow. Well, yeah, Leo, dude.
Well, if you do get it, let us know. Cool. Send some pictures to that number, and we'll show it off on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, real quick. Oh, that doesn't do it. Yeah, there's a phone number up there. Can't get to it, but
I'm blocking it.
Well, actually, if you want to read more of that, actually, I can do this. I can get the number this way. I've got it in.
Leo says the Shark. The Shark is made in Korea, not Mexico.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
Like I said, I only saw the Shark that one time at the NAMM show, and I remember being shocked of where it was made.
Maybe that's why.
I was like, yeah, it was either Mexico or Korea. Maybe, yeah, I guess maybe I would have been more shocked it was made in Korea because of how good it was. Maybe that's what it was.
Well, again, I know we've said this a bunch of times, but I don't want to say I'm shocked that the Frankie is as good as it is, but I kind of was. You know, when I got it, I mean, obviously the setup wasn't anything to to brag about, but once I got it going and got it set up right, I am surprised at how it's a really, really good guitar, and it sounds great. You know, I got the FU tone block in it, and it really, 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 really sounds good. So,
thank you, Wayno. Wayno just mentioned us on Twitter.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, dude. I'll retweet you. Let's see, where are you? Yeah, anybody, if you're on Twitter, yeah, mention us, and I'll retweet you. Oh, there you are. Oh, you posted a picture of us.
Oh, geez. How is my hair? Sorry, how is my hat?
Oh, he mentioned you. You'll see it. If you go to Twitter, you'll see it.
Dude, I always get the the little bell with the number of notifications. And on Twitter, I just use Twitter to kind of check news things, sports things, music things, but I really don't, sometimes I'll just hit the bell to clear the alerts. I'll see when you kind of tweet about the shows, I'll retweet them if I see them pop up. But, I don't really use Twitter to kind of like promote or do anything like that. So if I don't retweet somebody that tagged me in something, I apologize. It's nothing personal. It's just, I don't really use it for that type of stuff, but,
I'm on Twitter all day, every day. And I'm glad you brought that up because that reminds me. Here, I'm just going to reply to them because somebody's trying to find us. I want to. There we go. I just sent them the live. We're live.
We're live. We're doing it live. Do it live.
Do it live. No, that reminds me actually that there's echo for one thing, and then
if I leave and come back, I'm gonna lose it all.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
That's okay.
Is it still echoing?
Yeah. There's some weird echo. Here we are. Yeah, that reminds me. Not tonight, because of the way we're set up tonight, but StreamYard, what we use here, and actually, if you want to use StreamYard, if you want to start your own show,
don't ask Johnny for help.
Yeah, don't bother me because I'm done helping people out. For one, no, I'm just kidding. Let's see.
Oh,
Which is it? Is that how you spell that? Hey, there you are. I see you. I just got the link on Twitter. Welcome, Princess Reza. There you are. Okay, there it is. So we are using StreamYard to do these shows, and if you want to start, streaming, there's a link right there in the chat. It's a referral. So click right there. It tickles. Click that link in the chat and sign up. Sign up for StreamYard. But no, what I was going to say is that Stream. I don't know if do you remember Periscope
yeah.
on Twitter?
I don't have it, but I remember it. Yeah.
Periscope went away. Periscope is gone. We some of these shows we used to go live on Twitter using Periscope. That's now gone. StreamYard now streams directly to Twitter. So there is the chance, although I do have to spend more money, where we could stream these shows.
Somebody change Johnny's lights real quick so he just
directly to Twitter.
Yeah, the only thing I would use, because I never like downloaded Periscope or anything, but it would show up in Twitter, and whenever there was like a pay-per-view boxing match or something like that, after I moved down here and had nobody to like get a pay-per-view with, I'm not spending $50 or $60 by myself. So I would kind of go on to scroll and do a hashtag of like the fight, and there'd be people just holding their phone, positioning in front of the TV. And I just watched some boxing matches on that.
On Periscope.
Illegally, obviously, but.
You know what I saw? Thank you to Periscope and Van Halen related, when they played Kimmel. That night when Kimmel taped, their set, I saw that entire thing live on Periscope thanks to somebody that was in the back holding their phone up streaming it. And I remember I was actually, this was before we moved to Santa Cruz here, but I was driving back. Well, I wasn't driving. I was in the passenger seat.
Hold your hands up.
I was in the passenger.
No, don't do it. Don't you do it.
Well, the 199s don't trigger it.
Oh.
I got to do that. I got to physically do the 199s for some reason. I'm just saying, for some reason. Thank you, Keith Campbell.
There you go, Keith.
Anything above 199, it really does do it by itself. I'm not joking. Anyway, I remember riding in the passenger seat back from Santa Cruz back up to San Ramon, Walnut Creek, and watching on my phone, watching the live Van Halen at Kimmel, and being like, "Wow, this is amazing."
So, did you see the whole baton?
I probably did.
When his nose touched his cheek.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, the guy was filming from like way. Okay, watch this. There we go.
I don't even see. Oh, there it is. So your lights changed before I even saw that in the chat.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, Me6 just did it. See, that one went by itself.
Oh, Bueno, since you knuckleheads won't it? Is that the secret? You just ignore people until they Bueno, we wouldn't ignore anybody. Sometimes we just miss stuff. And we saw a couple people mentioning, but somebody else said there was one show that they played good enough first. So it's like, I don't know what the hell.
Really?
Yeah, I can scroll back. It might have been Keith Campbell said that there was. Hold on.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I have no idea. So Keith Campbell says opened with good enough when I saw him in Las Cruces, whatever the hell that is. But I may have been Oogie at that show. May have been in an orgy at that show. What does that say?
Oh my gosh.
Keith, was that on the 5150 tour when they opened with good enough?
That was the only tour they played the song.
So then there you go. So wouldn't it be funny if that picture is from that show that Keith went to?
Yeah. Although that picture isn't good enough.
So there
We
you go.
figured that out because it's not the 84. He played good enough on the 84 guitar because
There
it
you
had
go.
the
So it's
low
not that.
bass string on it.
Hmm.
The only songs on the 50 tour where I know he played a backup was the solo for Dreams. He played the keyboard for the entire song and then stepped out from the keyboard and came up and did the solo and then went back and continued playing. That was a backup Kramer, possibly that one in that picture. And then if you know, if it would have busted a string, possibly, maybe.
Thrash metal. How long have you been watching this show and this channel? Jay, do you like Slayer? You heard me play Slayer riffs on here before. You know I love Slayer. Come on, man.
I think they ask that every show.
Oh, well, is this the first time I'm seeing it?
I think they're always asking that one.
Oh.
Let's
Yes,
see.
thrash metal. You know I do.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting text messages. I'm
He
getting all
uploaded
kinds of
Slayer.
texts.
Hold on. Let me go to thrash metal site or page right now. How can I do that?
Who sent me the set list from 86?
I can't go to his
It says Good Enough was after Love Walks In. And then before the guitar solo.
thrash metal. What is your YouTube? I know I've been there in the past, but what is your YouTube page? You might have to type it a certain way in the chat so it doesn't get blocked. But you know.
There we go. There's somebody watching us.
Nice. What kind of acoustic?
That's a what is that? What kind of acoustic is that?
False flag. Thanks. Well, I don't know why I'm thanking you, but
Might be a Fender. Save. Yeah, anybody that sends any photos in via that text number right above Jay, I share those out as Instagram in Instagram stories on my EVH Gear Live Instagram page.
we have a new Top of the World member, Johnny.
I do?
Yeah. You don't see that?
No. Wait, it hasn't changed over yet. Let's see. Let me look at this. No, I don't see it.
What?
Hang on. Here we go. False flag. Love you guys. Thank you, man.
Member for 18 months.
False flag. Thank you so much. Yeah, in StreamYard, it's not showing up for some reason.
Work on race cars. Remember the Jerky Boys thing?
Never.
I'm gonna bring my
watched.
tools. No, you never listened to Jerky Boys?
I never saw them.
Oh God, man, some of that stuff was great. God.
False flag. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your support, man. Yeah, it sucks. For some reason, it's not showing up in StreamYard. I don't see it.
Oh, I got the YouTube chat up. It's in there.
Yeah, I see it too. I see it in the YouTube. It's right there.
Mm-hmm. Standing on tap. That's one of the songs that I skip off of Carnal Knowledge.
Oh man.
Yep. But again, I've always said that that, especially from the Sammy era, I feel like Carnal Knowledge is the most mature, complete album. You know what I mean? Does that make sense at all?
Mm-hmm.
Like the songwriting, the collection of songs on that album, I think, if I'm just taking the Hagar era, it definitely is one of those albums. It's a complete album. It's got everything. It doesn't leave you I know that you said leave you wanting more is a good thing, but it doesn't leave you wanting more in that way where you feel unfulfilled. Because that's two different things, you know, where you hear an album and you're like, oh my God, that's so good. I need to hear more. I need to hear it again. And then there's those albums where it's like, yeah, it's good, but there's just something missing about it. You know, something missing, something that's not a song that's maybe a certain way or just something. And I think Carnal Knowledge is one of those albums where it's got everything on it. And it's a complete mature album.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I agree.
Yep.
Sorry for the burps. Man, we're getting text messages here. Hey, Johnny, big fan of your channel. Picked up this beat up hammer guy off their old. Wait a minute. Off
Show that and I'll be right back.
Okay. Off one of the work trucks
I gotta pee.
on eBay. You had a friend refurbish it. Oh, that's awesome. Who is this? Look at this, you guys. This is awesome. Here, let's do this. If any of you guys watched my channel yesterday, I uploaded a video. I drove to In-N-Out Burger. I ate a hamburger for you guys because I said I would. And then I drove past Western Exterminator and showed you guys, you know, that place where what they call Little Man or Mr. Little or Little Guy, you know, where he came from. And if you guys know the 84, the tour, you know, the character that was used for the merchandise for the stage setup, it was this guy. So this is an actual one from one of the back of one of the trucks. So who knows how they got this? But yeah, very cool. They don't do these anymore. You don't find them on the back of the trucks anymore. That's very
because
cool.
people stole them all the time. That's why.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That might be why. That is a cool picture, man. Thanks for sending that.
You know, Van Halen 1 as well is kind of in that same category of, you know, I know they were young and it's their first album, but it's definitely an album that has, you know, so much, you know, a lot of the songs are different. It kind of hits everything that they did well at that time, especially, and ended up doing well. And I think it's another one of those albums it's a complete album that, you know, doesn't leave you feeling like something's missing on it. You know, it's a complete mature album, and it's Van Halen 1.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're getting text messages. Look at this. Here's somebody. Somebody has a Frankenstein.
Am I gonna have to do the reflectors, dude?
EVH.
AVH.
EVH. And they just put the reflectors on.
Nice.
I will. If somebody wants to send me the reflectors, I'll slap them on. If
somebody wants to send Johnny the reflectors. Oh man.
I'll slap them on my guitar.
I mean, in my opinion, the two things that you need to do, not need to do, but you know, that I think are critical to the Frankie is the quarter, obviously, right? Now, again, thanks to Rob Johnson for sending this to me. Like it just looks empty without that quarter, Johnny. You got to do it.
Mine does. Yeah, I guess.
Well, you put these on, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
and that
I did it without drilling. Did you do it without drilling?
Yeah, I just screwed them in.
Yeah, I kept telling people you could just they'd be fine.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing too: is these are basswood guitars. Basswood's a very soft wood, so you know it starts to get a little taut when you get it in there. But again, you know, so that's my two things on this guitar: the quarter, and then these. And then if you want to get nutty, you can go ahead and get a cigarette and do the burns and stuff like that if you want. And like Caleb did with the horn, the stripe on the horn. You can really get crazy with that stuff. But I don't have the reflectors. I don't know if I'm going to be doing them.
Oh, you got them, man. Or they have, as Steve Anderson would say, it's got to be done.
Got to be done.
Got to be done. We saw Steve in a chat the other night. He was, I think I was on my second channel. I think he was in our my chat. Steve Anderson.
He pops in from time to time, you know.
Yeah, Steve Anderson. But yeah, the reflectors have to be done.
Yep.
Definitely.
Ooh, that last one.
Wow.
You know, that lick sounds obviously harder than it actually is. I mean, it's one pattern up the entire. And well, you only pick the last 3 notes. Everything else is
hammer.
So it's not. It sounds a lot harder than it actually is. I mean, once you get it up to speed, you know. Guitar sounds great, man.
Oh, this is cool.
Very resonant. Do you have the strap on it? Not yet.
I don't keep it on it. No.
Oh.
I mean, I put the remember the these.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I got those? I finally installed them. I've had them for a couple years. I installed them and I installed them into the strap too. It's up there, but no, I don't keep it on the guitar because there's no room.
Oh.
False flag. Does the headstock have cigarette burns? No.
If you get the $25,000 or $30,000 one, it has all that stuff on there.
Yes. Yeah, the other one does. These don't.
Wayno asks, can you do the rhythm under the solo to Mean Street? I listened to it the other day, isolated. It's a killer riff. I've never learned it. If Caleb's in here, he probably knows it and can play it. But I've never learned it, so I couldn't, you know.
Mm-hmm. I've got the ISO track for it. It's on my iPod.
Dude, I know we've said this a million times. Hey, the Chad is here. What's up, Chad? I know we've said it a million times, but you know, I know we're all impressed by Eddie Van Halen's playing, whether it be lead, rhythm, whatever. But when you hear when you hear those isolated tracks, it's even more impressive. He was so good, so tight. Not like robot tight, like just man. Like holy cow. So good. So good. So good.
Yeah, I have it. I mean, if I how could I? Yeah, it's similar to the main riff.
Yeah, it's something, you know. But I don't even know it in my head right now, like how it would go. So
yeah, I think it's lower. I think it's like in a lower key.
How's it go? The 5150. How's that? I can't remember that last. No, it's wrong. Crap. I can't remember how it goes. Oh my god. Man, that's such a cool, that pre-chorus in 5150, the song is pretty cool. Kai Matthews, hey, 708, rate yourself as a guitar player from 1 to 10. Eddie being 10, beginner being 1. 3? A 3. I consider myself, and I'll be honest, I consider myself a pretty damn good rhythm player who can play lead, but I'm not like this amazing lead player shredder guy. I have to really I've said this before as well. Like if you just put me up on stage or put me on the spot here and expect me to just start ripping out licks and doing all this stuff, I can't. I'll freeze. I literally like if I'm going to write a solo or something, I have to like write and put that solo together one note at a time. And yeah, so that I consider myself a pretty good rhythm player that can play lead. But again, in my opinion, I think rhythm playing is more important, to be tight and, to kind of have everything kind of down.
Rhythm is way more important than lead because
Yeah.
you spend a whole song playing rhythm.
Yeah.
You only play the lead for what, 20 seconds?
Yeah. 20, 30 seconds or whatever.
I mean, unless you're like an instrumentalist like Satriani or something, then it's
but then again, those guys, I mean, they're even more impressive than somebody who's either one or the other because they're doing a lot of that stuff. They're playing lead and rhythm
all of
together
it the entire time.
And that to me always, when I look at those guys with Vi and Satch that do that type of stuff, when they're throwing in licks as they're playing rhythm, to me that's like, whoa, that's that next level type of guitar player where that stuff I'll never be able to do that type of thing. But
yeah,
it's just, I mean, here's the thing. I try not to compare myself to other players, and I know it's hard to do that nowadays, with YouTube and all these amazing players on, Instagram and all this stuff that's literally taking over. But just do your own thing, play as much as you can. I know now having 2 kids, and I know anybody in the chat that's watching this that has children, especially young children, it's very hard to take that time and get as much playing as you'd like to in. That's kind of where I'm at now, where I don't really get to play, not anywhere close to the amount that I should. And as it gets later at night, that's when I kind of get up here. And, that a lot of the creativity, especially when you're waking up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, a lot of that creativity is gone in you, and you're just kind of tired, and you get that second wind. But it's kind of like the only time of the day where you get to yourself and you need to kind of unwind. And
I'll be right back. I got to do something real quick. Tell me if my volume. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Check. Barely. Okay. All right. I'll be right back.
All right. So, that's a hard thing too. It's easy to get distracted. Nowadays, that's obviously, you have so much more avenues to learn things, with all these guys doing lessons and these websites like Lick Library and what's the other one that I kind of JTC, just what the hell is it called? Is it JTC.com? That one I've purchased a couple packs from. But again, it's so easy nowadays to get distracted as well. Like you're looking at YouTube, okay, check out this lesson here. And in order to get this stuff into you, as far as learning something on guitar, you can't play it 10 times and expect it to stick inside. I know I'm getting a lot of crazy innuendos here, but I mean, you literally have to work on stuff over and over and over and hours and days to get it to where it ends up being natural and a part of your playing, and to memorize stuff. You just can't, okay, I got it, and then move on to the next thing. That thing is gone a couple of days later. Like, how the hell did I even play that? I don't know it anymore. So to get to that level, I know when you're younger, it's a lot easier, but especially in my case, I'm 40, what the hell am I, 44? I'm 2 young kids. So it's really hard for me to kind of disappear for hours and hours on end to learn some of this stuff. So,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Steve Barton. Thank you, man. Orange. And you see, I wasn't even here when that went off. Did you see that? I
Yeah.
just happened to come back and I saw it. So yeah, see? Magic. It's magic, you guys. Let's see, how we doing? What time is it? Okay.
And that's wrong too.
Hey, John Biel. John Biel. John Biel. Saturday nights. Right here on Johnny Beane TV. Saturday Night Live with your host, John Biel. There he is.
Is that going to get your flag playing this acoustically?
Probably. That's why I'm talking over it.
Sorry.
Just remember, here's what, because you guys like to jam, and that's fine. Just remember, we're also live on Facebook. Facebook is way more strict about copyright.
That's true. And and Facebook,
So,
I think, yanks it down if you get crazy
yeah,
with it.
we could get our videos taken down on Facebook because of some of that. So just remember.
Okay.
Just remember that.
Well, I'm hoping that I'm not plugged in, so maybe that will kind of help it, but
it's always you never know.
yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so I know we're at about time. I have an unboxing for you guys.
Oh, that's right, dude.
Which I'll do real quick.
Well, we don't have to rush. I mean, if the kids are asleep already, so I don't have to like split to go do anything. So we can, we can see what's in that pouch.
Okay. All right. I have to do this, and then I do have to run out and shut the flap for the chickens.
We're talking about pouches. We're talking about flaps.
It's getting dark.
Next, we'll be mentioning meat curtains or something, or wizard sleeve.
Well, speaking of that, I've got some In-N-Out stickers if anybody wants one. Let me know. Let me know if anybody wants one. I grabbed a bunch. If you guys saw my stream yesterday at In-N-Out, they gave me a bunch of stickers in the drive-thru. So, all right. So look at this. This showed up in the mail today. I have an idea, possibly, of what it might be. It says it's from a guitar company, so it's guitar related. If it's not what I think it is, I'll be totally surprised.
Oh, well, would you rather be surprised, or would you rather it be what you want it, what you think it is?
I'd like it to be what I think it is, but I'd also like to be surprised.
So maybe it's two things. Maybe
so either one. All right, here we go. What do you call it? An unpouching. Right here. Right here on Johnny Beane TV.
Let me know when you're ready to whip it out.
Ready?
Oh, wrong one. Hold on.
No Limit Guitar Co.
No, it's not what you thought it was going to be.
No, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Let me see. So that
Steve Carmichael.
That means did somebody sent this? Don't partake in the unpouching. Somebody sent me this. Oh, cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, show off your biceps.
There's a lot of bubbles.
Yeah. There's something very satisfying doing that.
Ooh, except if it goes in your face.
Ooh. It's fun to do it, but it's so annoying when somebody does it.
When somebody else does it.
Yeah.
You okay, Ned?
He's hiding from the fireworks.
Dude, I totally needed this. Who sent me this?
Oh, snap.
Grip cutter.
Why? See, yeah, you don't have. I don't have wire cutters. I can't use a scissor.
No, I don't. I didn't have the wire cutters.
Nice.
Somebody watches Sundays. Speaking of this Sunday, we're going to be earlier this Sunday. So if it helps, if you want to be on, Michael B said he was available. So this Sunday we could either do. I'm here by myself, so we could do 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock, or I mean 8 or 9 or whatever.
All right, I might be able to do it. Maybe I'll change the strings on my Larry Mitchell guitar.
Oh yeah,
I haven't changed these yet. So
makes changing strings easier. Grip cutter, premium string cutter, perfect for cutting all string types. There's all kinds of strings, I guess.
cool. So
Wow.
can I ask you what you thought it was? Or is that not cool?
Well, no, because that's going to show up, and I don't want to spoil that for people.
Oh, okay.
Somebody messaged me the other day, and they said, "Johnny, I just ordered you something. It's on its way." So I was thinking maybe this was that, but it's not. But I totally needed this. Thank you. Who sent me this? Are you here in the chat?
Yeah, it was me, Johnny.
Was it you?
No.
It doesn't say who did it. I mean, unless I ordered this, I have no memory of ordering this. It came from No Limit Guitar Co. in Idaho. And it doesn't say who it's from.
Hey, can we hold on a second? All right, Johnny, let's I mentioned this earlier. Let's real quick. Can we show this real fast? So these guitars at FU-Tone are back in stock. So out of all of these, right? And they're on sale right now.
Oh man.
Now the two that I like, obviously this one's trans purple, looks super duper hot pink. You know I dig that, right? I'm going to click on this one. Did that work?
Yeah.
Okay. There's 12 in stock, everybody. Man. I like that one a lot.
I played one of those at the NAMM show a couple years ago.
Did you dig it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
So that one I dig. And then this one, man, it's that seafoam green. I've always something about seafoam green guitars. Just especially with a maple fretboard. You get a maple fretboard on a seafoam green guitar. That's what I'm talking about. And I like the reverse headstock on this one. That's neat. I dig that.
Yeah, those are great.
Got the kill switch in there. Coil taps. So what, everybody in the chat, what is your favorite one? If you had to pick one out of all these, so you got the trans green, the antique white with the gold hardware, obviously the seafoam green, taxi yellow. I'm gonna click on that one. That's got the black. See, that's where, you know, that looks awesome with the black hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Is there a lime green?
There's this one, the neon green one. That one's cool too. Yep.
Wow.
And again, if anybody goes over there and, you know, that watches the show, whatever, You go over and you get any of this stuff because you watched us or whatever, just make sure you put there in the message or an email to him in the order to Adam that, we kind of sent you over there. We'd appreciate that, and so would Adam. Let's see what other colors we got here. So you got the taxi yellow and then the Ferrari yellow. Oh
no!
Sold out. Yep. Sold out.
Which one of you in the chat bought that one?
Yeah, you bought them all. Well, let's buy all 9, Johnny.
Let me get my checkbook.
Your checkbook. So here we go. Here's the specs.
Let me get my sock of pennies.
Yeah. Sock full of quarters. Alder San Dimas style body. And obviously that's, Charvel San Dimas shape. Top mount, non-recessed, FU2 locking tremolo route.
Oh, FU2.
Yeah. 1 volume knob, which, I think I don't use my tone knobs ever. Tone knobs ever. 3-way selector, 25.5-inch scale, triangle rear route cavity with recessed black cover. Blah, blah, blah. You can read all this stuff. I mean, yeah, unfinished maple oil rubbed. That's nice. Heavy rolled edges. That's nice. 42 millimeter big brass L block. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that's orders, if you order one of these through here, let them know. Let them know you're watching them here, and then if anybody gets one, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I played one at the NAMM show, but I didn't plug it in. It was a couple years ago. I stopped by the booth. Actually, the video is on the channel here of me talk. If I can make a note. Where are we at? Where are we at? 202? Is it?
Oh, the white one's out of stock.
20220 FU NAMM. There'll be a card right above here, right about now.
Yeah.
Of me checking out one of those guitars at the NAMM show with Adam. Hey, Joseph. Do you get extra popcorn when you mention our names at FU Tone? You get, if you get something, you probably get extra popcorn, as in the shipping popcorn.
Yeah. Is the natural one in there? 5 of those in stock.
How many thumbs do you have? 51. 51 thumbs.
Oh, it says sold out, but there says 5 in stock. That's probably just an old picture there. Yeah, I'd like to try one of these guitars. There's a video of Steve Brown, great guitar player, demoing one of them.
What color is the one that he's playing?
I believe it's the yellow one. Yeah,
Okay.
It is the yellow one. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so the 2 that I dig, man, like I said, the Seafoam green, and the thing that I really like about the Seafoam green is that reverse headstock as well that kind of puts it over the top. Yeah.
Top.
And then this one. I like those, those guitars that are just pop.
That almost looks like a reverse popsicle. You know what I mean? Like the purple, the grape, and then the stick.
Reverse popsicle, huh? Yeah.
That might be a move, though, over the reverse popsicle.
And there's Adam with the one of the yellow ones.
Very cool. What do you think, Ned? What do you think, dude? Ned, do you want to tell everybody that you have fleas?
Oh no.
Do you want to announce that I found a flea on the bed today, and then I found another flea on the couch? You want to announce that?
So there you go.
Mr. Ned? Very cool, man.
Yep, I think so.
Very cool.
All right, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
And we're back.
We're back.
So make sure to smash that thumb. We got 51 thumbs. We need more. More. Please.
Stephen Franklin, you're with me, man. He says, I usually don't like gold hardware, but it looks good on that antique white one. Yeah, I agree. It does.
Yeah, gold hardware is kind of on certain colors though. It can really pop.
Kevin Bethel says, yes, tell us which one you want to send back. I hope not. No.
If you order one, just tell them to keep it.
Yeah. Well, I told you if I the next guitar I get from Sweetwater or wherever, I was gonna tell them, hey, you might as well put the return label in the box, because chances are, there's a good chance this might be coming back to you.
Well, at least they send them to you and you actually send them back. What if some people probably order guitars and then like cancel right there.
Well, there is a guitar that I pre-ordered from Sweetwater. I'll say it. I'm not going to tell you what guitar it is, but I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to. There's 500 that are coming in on the first shipment, and I'm at or about 627 on that list. So I'm not even getting the first shipment of this.
500.
Yeah, the first shipment is 500 of these guitars.
Okay.
And I'm not on that first shipment, which kind of sucks, And they don't know when that second shipment's coming. It could be, a month after the first shipment, 3 months, especially now where nobody really knows, especially manufacturing and everything, what's going to happen and how long these delays happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Well, if you talk to Sweetwater, ask them when my guitar picks are coming on.
Did I tell you? I meant to ask the guy I was speaking to, and I completely forgot. Like, as soon as I got on the phone, I thought to myself, okay, before I hang up, I'm going to ask if they can go in the system and look. And by the time the conversation was over, I completely forgot.
By the time you brought it up, they hung up on you.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's talking about those picks. Hang up.
We sent him a bunch of those. He keeps calling and saying he never got them.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, you got anything else?
I'm exercising with Ned.
Wayno said he likes the natural with the black hardware. See, it's weird. I'm not a huge fan of the natural finished guitars. That's not really my thing. I know Nuno obviously has his guitar that's the natural finish, but years ago.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry. I know you got to show it. I remember years ago he came out with a model that was it was like a reddish / maroon.
Those N4,
the
N4s.
Yeah. And I was actually thinking at the time of getting one of those.
You were like, oh crap, I'm wrong button. And then you were like,
and I was like, yeah, I thought the red finish on that guitar looked really, really cool, but I forget what the reason was that I never got it. Maybe they never got them in stock at, because back then this was before internet shopping,
where you had to get out of bed and get dressed and get
yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Drive over there.
Yeah, I mean, at the time you're pretty much limited to
sneak the guitar into the house.
Well, this is when I still lived home. I mean, it was kind of like soon after I started playing guitar. So, obviously I don't think the music store that I shopped at the time got any of them in or something. That probably was one of the reasons, and it might have been too much money anyway.
Wow.
So,
too much
but again,
money.
I'm not a huge maybe a Telecaster. Maybe that would be cool. Um, but as far as playing a guitar like this, like a Ibanez or something, like I don't want a natural finished Ibanez. I need something that looks like a race car.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. We all have our preferences,
Mm-hmm. Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Clayton James Hicks. Today is Frankenstrat Friday. That's right, Clayton.
Hey,
Clayton, how many years have I been shouting you out like this? How many years? It feels like forever.
Shout it out.
I'm always like, Clayton James Hicks, 1998 Hicks. Yes. How many years? Clayton, when did you first start watching this channel?
Why isn't my Dropbox syncing? What is going on here?
I don't know. But it is dark out, and I do need to go outside.
Yeah, you go do your thing. I guess we'll see everybody tomorrow night.
We'll see you guys tomorrow for Saturday night. I think John BL will be here, hopefully. Where's the card? I probably need to make a new one. Saturday Night Live with your host, John. Yeah, they're all gone. Oh, I deleted them all. They're all missing. Well, I've got... Wait a minute.
No, Kevin, the Carvin Jason Becker numbers guitar, yes. But that other name that they put on it now, I can't do it.
It'd show up and it'd be the wrong color. The colors wouldn't be correct. Anyway, tomorrow night. Well, I guess I can show this one. That's something I use. Saturday Night Live with your host John BL. Tomorrow night, we are now an hour earlier, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. Join us, please. It's a great time. It's a great time all the time.
Great time all the time, every time.
Every time. And don't forget, this Wednesday, first.
Huge day.
It's a huge day. Huge day. First, you have Instagram. You have Instagram Live over on EVH Gear Live. That's my Instagram EVH account. Make sure to give me a follow over there. Brad Tolinsky and Chris Gill will be back, but this time on Instagram at EVH Gear Live. Wednesday, September 29th, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. We'll be talking about their brand new book, Eruption, Conversations with Eddie Van Halen. So we'll be doing a show on Instagram, and then probably shortly thereafter, we'll be doing a show over on Amazon, over on my Amazon Live page. So if you just type in !shop, which, okay, I've got the chat, I can do it. Please follow me on Amazon. We'll be doing a show over there talking about the book as well. And then a couple hours later, or more or less, I'm not sure, will be Metal Wednesday with Jay Hannon and Boner Jams.
Yes, and Josh Wilbur.
Producer,
mixer. You're talking about work with Korn, Lamb of God, Gojira.
That's the only card I can find there that's related.
He is the top dog right now, and has been for a few years now with heavy metal. So it's going to be a good one. Anybody that's interested in any kind of production stuff, mixing, recording, anything that has to do with any of that, the questions about those bands that he's worked with, it's going to be a good one. Real good one.
Right on.
Yep.
Right on. And then really quickly, I guess another show we can announce is Michael Christopher, author of Van Halen, The Eruption, and The Aftershock. He'll be with us Friday, October 1st, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. That's been rescheduled. He was actually supposed to be here a while ago, but it got pushed back to October 1st. So that'll be a great show. Join us, please.
Oh, yeah.
And let me just say thank you to our channel members. See, this is so different because I'm using this laptop. Channel members, thank you so much for all your support. We saw some of you in the chat here tonight. You guys are just amazing. Thank you for all of your support with the channel and the shows, and your encouragement, your laughter, your hugs, your thumbs ups, all that. All right. Good night, everybody. See you guys tomorrow night.
Mañana. I don't think I've ever said that before.
I don't even know what that means.
Me
All right. Good night, everybody. Oh yeah, watch another video. Watch another video on the channel here. I did like 3 videos yesterday. Watch one of them and leave comments. Leave comments here. And thumbs up.
Timestamp your favorite parts of the show, all that stuff.
Yes. All right. Good night.